And I go on with you, my beloved one, because this journey is not meant to rush toward an ending, it is meant to settle into truth, and the truth is that what you are becoming will unfold gently, layer by layer, without pressure, without force, and without the fear that once followed every step you took. You will begin to notice that your sense of self is no longer fragile, no longer dependent on how others respond to you, and this will feel like a quiet miracle, because for so long you measured your worth through reactions, approval, and outcomes, and now you are learning to stand steady even when none of those things appear. You will start to feel safe inside your own thoughts, no longer arguing with yourself, no longer replaying conversations to see where you failed, no longer carrying imagined blame, and this inner safety will become the place you return to whenever life feels uncertain. There will be moments when unexpected emotions rise, not because you are regressing, but because deeper healing is taking place, and when that happens, do not resist it, do not judge it, simply allow it to pass through you, for emotions that are welcome do not stay trapped, they move, they soften, they release, and you are learning how to let things move instead of storing them in silence. This is how true freedom begins. You are also learning that rest is not laziness, that slowing down is not failure, and that doing less does not make you less worthy. Your value was never tied to exhaustion, and now you will begin to honor your limits without shame, choosing rest when your body asks, choosing quiet when your spirit needs it, and this self-respect will strengthen you more than constant striving ever did. You will feel a shift in how you relate to hope, no longer clinging to it desperately, but holding it calmly, trusting that what is meant for you will arrive without you breaking yourself to reach it. This trust will change how you pray, how you plan, how you wait, because waiting will no longer feel empty, it will feel intentional, purposeful, alive with unseen movement, and you will learn to recognize progress even when it does not announce itself loudly. You will see it in your calmer reactions, in your clearer choices, in the way you no longer chase what once consumed you, and these small changes will add up to a life that feels more honest, more aligned, more peaceful. There will be moments when you are tempted to look back with regret, wondering why things took so long, why you had to learn through pain, but I tell you now, timing does not measure worth, and the path you walked gave you depth that shortcuts never could. You are not behind, you are seasoned, you are not late, you are ready, and readiness matters more than speed. As you continue forward, you will feel a growing sense of permission to want what you want, to need what you need, to choose what nourishes you, and this permission does not come from outside approval, it rises from within, from knowing that you are allowed to live a life that feels true to you. Even if it looks different from what others expect, you will stop asking yourself if you are too much or not enough, and instead you will ask whether something feels right or wrong for you, and that question will guide you better than any external rule ever could. You will also notice that gratitude becomes more natural, not because everything is perfect, but because you can finally see clearly. You can see how far you have come, how much you have survived, how deeply you have grown, and this awareness will fill you with a quiet respect for yourself, one that does not need to be announced, only lived, and when moments of doubt return, as they sometimes will, you will not be afraid of them, you will recognize them as passing thoughts, not permanent truths, and you will let them go without letting them define you. This is mastery, not control, acceptance, not denial, and it will continue to deepen with time. I want you to know that you are not required to become fearless to move forward. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the decision not to let fear decide for you. And you are already doing that. Every time you choose honesty over hiding, rest over burnout, truth over comfort, you are choosing courage, and that courage will open doors you once believed were closed to you, doors to peace, to connection, to fulfillment, to a life that feels whole instead of fractured. And as you step into this life, you will carry a gentleness that others notice, a steadiness that reassures, a presence that comforts, not because you are trying to heal others, but because you have learned how to stay with yourself. And that is a rare and beautiful thing. So keep walking, keep breathing, keep trusting the quiet work happening within you, because nothing about this journey is wasted, and everything about it is leading you exactly where you need to be, and I am here. Still, always, walking with you through every step that follows. And I continue, my beloved one, because this unfolding does not pause simply because words grow long. It deepens, it widens, it settles more firmly into who you are becoming. And I want you to feel how steady this ground is beneath your feet. You are no longer standing on uncertainty, you are standing on truth, and that truth will slowly change how you wake each day, how you carry your body, how you speak to yourself in quiet moments. You will notice that mornings no longer feel as heavy, that even when challenges wait ahead, They do not press on your chest the way they once did, because something inside you knows you will be able to face them without losing yourself. You are learning that resilience does not mean enduring everything, it means discerning what deserves your energy and what does not, and this wisdom will save you from many unnecessary battles. There will be moments when you choose not to respond, not because you are afraid, but because you are at peace, and peace does not need to defend itself. You will feel a shift in how you view time, no longer rushing to arrive somewhere just to feel worthy, no longer measuring your life against others' progress, because you will understand that your path has its own rhythm, its own timing, its own beauty. Comparison will begin to lose its grip on you, and where envy once tried to speak, gratitude will now answer, not forced gratitude, but a natural appreciation for how far you have come and where you are headed. You will start to feel more present in simple moments, in quiet conversations, in still evenings, in laughter that comes without effort, and this presence is healing in itself, because you spent so long living either in the past or in imagined futures, carrying regret on one side and fear on the other, and now you are learning to live where your feet are, where life is actually happening. This grounding will make you stronger than you realize. There will be opportunities ahead that test this new steadiness, moments when old habits invite you back, when familiar chaos feels tempting because it is known, but you will recognize that familiarity is not the same as safety, and you will choose differently, gently, firmly, without drama, and that choice will mark how far you have grown. You will also learn that not everyone can go with you into this next season. Some will try to hold you to who you were when you were easier to manage, when you needed less, when you accepted less, but do not let that pull you backward. Growth often makes others uncomfortable, not because you are doing something wrong, but because you are no longer playing the role they expected. Release them with kindness, without resentment, without needing closure, because clarity is closure enough. You are not here to convince anyone of your worth, you are here to live it, and as you do, the right connections will find you naturally, people who see you clearly, who respect your boundaries, who meet your honesty with their own. These relationships will feel calm, not confusing, supportive, not draining, and you will realize that love was never meant to hurt the way you once believed. It was meant to feel safe, steady, and mutual. This realization may bring grief for what you tolerated in the past, but do not stay there. Honor the lesson and move forward, because every experience refined your understanding of what you truly need. And now you are equipped to choose better, not perfectly, but consciously. And consciousness changes everything. You will also notice how your inner dialogue softens. The harsh words you once spoke to yourself will lose their authority, and when mistakes happen, as they always do, you will respond with correction instead of condemnation, learning instead of self-punishment, and this kindness toward yourself will ripple outward, making you more patient with others without sacrificing yourself. You will become someone who listens deeply but does not absorb everything, who cares without carrying, who loves without losing their center, and this balance will feel new, even miraculous, but it is simply the result of healing meeting truth. There will be moments of joy that surprise you, moments when you catch yourself smiling without a reason, moments when peace feels ordinary instead of rare, and that ordinariness is the true gift, because stability is what you once begged for in the middle of chaos. You will begin to trust happiness without waiting for it to be taken away. You will allow good moments to exist without bracing for loss, and this trust will free your nervous system, your body, your spirit. You will sleep more deeply, breathe more fully, and live more openly, not because life has become perfect, but because you have become grounded, and as you continue forward, you will understand that this journey is not about becoming someone new. It is about returning to who you were before the world taught you to doubt yourself, before pain taught you to armor your heart, before survival became your primary skill. You are remembering yourself, and remembrance is powerful. It restores what was buried, it awakens what was quieted, and it brings you home to yourself. And I will keep walking with you through every step of this remembering, through every layer of growth, through every moment you pause and realize, I am not who I was, because that realization is not loss, it is victory. And there is still more ahead, more unfolding, more peace, more purpose aligning, and when you are ready, I will continue speaking, just as I am now, steady, present, and always with you. And still I remain with you, my beloved one, unfolding layer after layer of truth, because what you are stepping into requires deeper roots, not shallow reassurance, and I want you anchored so firmly that when winds rise you do not question who you are or where you stand. There will be moments ahead when others misunderstand your calm, when they mistake your silence for distance or your boundaries for coldness, but do not shrink to be understood, for you are no longer meant to explain yourself. To those who never listen to your heart, you will feel a growing freedom in choosing yourself without guilt, in resting without apology, in saying no without fear of loss, and this freedom is not rebellion, it is alignment. You have spent so long carrying emotional weight that was never yours, answering for others, fixing what you did not break, staying where you were unseen just to keep peace, and now I gently remove that burden from your hands. Because the season of survival has ended and the season of intentional living has begun, you will notice that your reactions soften, that your patience deepens, that your compassion no longer costs you your peace, and when old triggers try to rise, you will pause instead of panic, breathe instead of break, and this pause is evidence that healing is no longer something you seek, it is something you are living. There will be days when you wonder if you are doing enough, when that old voice tries to whisper that you are falling behind or missing something, but I tell you clearly, you are exactly where you need to be. Growth is not always visible, but it is always active, and just because something feels quiet does not mean it is empty. The ground is most alive when roots are forming, and right now, deep within you, strength is taking shape that cannot be shaken by circumstance or opinion. You are learning to trust consistency over intensity, peace over chaos, truth over approval, and this shift will change the way you experience everything. Your relationships will either rise to meet this version of you or gently fall away, not because you failed, but because alignment always filters what no longer fits. Do not mourn what leaves without effort, for what is meant to stay will not require you to abandon yourself. You will begin to recognize how deeply you were trained to endure instead of receive, to give instead of be held, to stay strong instead of be supported. And now I teach you a new way, one where you allow care to reach you, where you let love arrive without suspicion, where you accept rest as wisdom, not weakness. This may feel uncomfortable at first, unfamiliar even, but that discomfort is not danger, it is expansion. You are stepping into emotional safety, into inner security, into a steadiness you once believed belonged only to others, and as this steadiness grows, your decisions will change. You will choose environments that nourish you, conversations that respect you, rhythms that restore you, and you will stop explaining your sensitivity as a flaw, for it is your discernment, it is your depth, it is your gift. You feel deeply because you were made to understand deeply, and now that understanding will no longer drown you, it will guide you. You will notice how your intuition sharpens, how clarity replaces confusion, how peace becomes your reference point, and when challenges arise, as they will, you will meet them without losing yourself. You will bend but not break, you will feel but not collapse, you will care but not carry what is not yours, and this balance is something you once prayed for without knowing its name. You asked for relief, for answers, for change, and I answered by reshaping you from the inside out, not rushing the process, not skipping the necessary layers, because what I am building in you is meant to last, not impress. There will come a time when you look back at who you were and feel tenderness instead of shame, gratitude instead of regret, because you will finally understand that every version of you was doing the best it could with what it knew at the time, and that realization will free you from self-judgment. You will stop fighting your past and start honoring how it carried you forward, and from that place of self-honor, new confidence will rise, not loud or forceful, but grounded and unshakable. You will speak less but mean more, you will promise less but keep more, you will move slower but arrive deeper, and people will feel this difference even if they cannot name it. They will feel safe around you, understood around you, steady near you, because you now carry within you what you once searched for outside yourself, and this is not the end of the journey, it is the foundation. There is more unfolding, more aligning, more revealing, and I will continue walking with you through every layer, every awakening, every quiet breakthrough, because you were never meant to do this alone. And you never have been. And I am still speaking, my beloved one, because what I am doing in you has not reached its full expression yet. There is more unfolding, more clarity coming, more light rising where you once felt unsure, and I want you to understand this clearly so doubt no longer finds a place in you. The road ahead will not always be easy, but it will be steady, and you will walk it with a strength you once thought you lacked. You will notice small changes first, a lighter heart, calmer thoughts, a quiet courage growing inside you, and these are signs that my work is already active. Even now I am arranging moments, people, and opportunities that align with what I have spoken. Things will connect in ways that surprise you, and you will realize it was never chaos, it was alignment. When fear tries to return, remember this moment, remember that I spoke to you directly, that I called you by love, not by failure. You will no longer need to chase validation or prove your value, because you will carry an inner certainty that cannot be shaken by opinions or circumstances. Your voice will grow clearer, your choices wiser, your boundaries stronger, and you will stop apologizing for needing rest, peace, or honesty. The lessons you learned through pain will now serve as guidance, not reminders of hurt, and where you once questioned your purpose, you will begin to see it reflected in how others find comfort through you. This is not coincidence. It is continuation. I am not only healing you for your own sake, but also positioning you to be a source of calm and understanding for others, yet you will not be drained as before, because this time you will give from fullness, not emptiness, and as days pass you will notice doors opening without force, answers arriving without struggle, and peace settling even when outcomes are still forming. This is how you will know it is my hand, gentle yet firm, guiding you forward. So hold this truth close. Do not rush, do not fear delay, everything is moving according to purpose, and just as I have carried you through what you thought would break you, I will also walk with you into what will finally restore you, and you will look back and understand that this moment, this very message, was the beginning of something far greater than you imagined. And even beyond this, my beloved one, there is still more I want you to know, because your story does not end at healing, it continues into becoming, into stepping fully into who you were always meant to be, and this next part will feel unfamiliar at first, not because it is wrong, but because you are no longer shrinking to survive, you are expanding to live. You may feel moments where the old patterns try to pull you back, the urge to doubt, to stay quiet, to carry what is not yours, but gently remind yourself that those seasons have passed. They taught you, they shaped you, but they do not rule you anymore. You will begin to trust your inner voice more, to pause before reacting, to choose peace without guilt, and this is growth, not distance from me. You will see that strength does not always roar, sometimes it rests, sometimes it walks away, sometimes it simply stays calm, and I delight in that quiet strength rising in you. There will be days when nothing dramatic happens. Yet those days are just as sacred, because stability itself is a gift you once prayed for, and now it is forming. Your heart will no longer race at every uncertainty, your mind will no longer replay every past mistake, and when memories surface, they will no longer wound you, they will simply remind you how far you have come. I am teaching you to live from assurance, not anxiety, from trust, not fear, and as this settles in you, you will attract what aligns with this new way of being: healthier connections, clearer opportunities, gentler rhythms of life, not because you chased them, but because you became ready to receive them. You will also learn that it is okay to outgrow places, conversations, even versions of yourself. Growth sometimes requires release, and release does not mean loss, it means space for what is true. I am with you in this unfolding, guiding your steps even when you cannot see the full path. And one day you will realize that what once felt like waiting was actually becoming, what once felt like silence was actually shaping, and what once felt like weakness was the very soil where your deepest strength was formed. So stay present, stay open, stay gentle with yourself, because what I am building in you is lasting, and what is coming will meet you at the right time, in the right way, and with a peace that confirms it was always meant for you. Draw close, my dear one, and let these words settle inside you, because I want to share an understanding that will light the road ahead for you, not something imagined or temporary, but a real certainty you have felt quietly growing within you, a change you noticed but could not fully explain, and today I tell you that something important is about to become clear, which is why I speak to you right now, asking you to pause, to let go of every other thought, to quiet the noise around you and give this moment your full attention, because what I am sharing is not like anything you have heard before. It comes with purpose, and unseen things are already moving. A gentle presence close to you has asked that you receive this message, reminding you that the unseen world is nearer than you think and that challenges tried to move ahead of my timing, yet I remain your guide and your protection. Every word meant for you was planned with care, and if you feel my presence stirring within you now, I ask you to accept this truth in your heart, because when you recognize it, it shows you are ready. You have waited for answers, cried quietly for relief, for loneliness to ease, for promises to come true, and hear this clearly: my silence was never neglect. I was working beyond what you could see, sending signs even when you felt unseen, and now a message reaches you from someone who loved you deeply and now rests with me, the one you miss, who visits your dreams, letting you know you are never alone. Even in empty rooms and quiet moments, I have always been there, caring for parts of you no one else could reach, and now what was kept hidden is ready to be revealed, because your heart is open, your name is spoken with honor, your kindness, your restraint, your faith when nothing seemed to change, all of it was seen, and the love you shared on earth did not end. It still speaks for you, your pain is known, your faith has cleared the way. What is coming is more than words, it is a shift prepared for you, and you must stop doubting your worth, because yes, you deserve it, yes, your time has come. What is arriving is guided by me, not by your effort, and the calm you feel now is real. It is my presence. I am here. The one you loved is smiling, knowing you have received this sign. Unfinished words and goodbyes are already healed by true love, and now understanding begins to rise. Your long prayers are forming into an answer. Speak with confidence, not fear. I saw your hidden tears, your brave face, your silent giving, and now I ask you not to carry this weight alone. Your silence was love, not weakness, and I am here to heal what you hid. I remember the moments you felt invisible, misunderstood, guilty, exhausted, and I tell you now that you matter. You are valued simply for who you are. You are allowed to feel, to rest, to release guilt, because you were never to blame. My love was never earned. It has always been yours. I was with you in the darkest nights, when you thought of giving up, and I see beyond your flaws to your strength, your steady heart, your kindness, and I promise your path continues. Healing is unfolding, forgiveness is yours. My love never changes. What you hid loses its power now. There is no shame in healing. This renewal will be real and lasting, and one day you will see how close I was in your hardest moments. My silence protected you, prepared you, strengthened you. Even when you felt nothing, growth was happening, trust was deepening, and that trust now opens the door. Your past pain shaped wisdom, compassion, and purpose. Nothing was wasted. What felt broken will be transformed. Sadness will not define you. Restoration will. What you thought was lost is returning in a better form. The delays were guidance, not rejection. I never left you, and now I give you a lasting peace, a steady calm that does not depend on circumstances. This is the moment I appointed. This season of tears ends now. What comes next will be clear and undeniable. I have declared it and nothing can undo it. Trust me, for this change comes by faith, not logic. Your persistence is honored, and this blessing will touch every part of your life, whole and complete. You will walk without fear, knowing you are chosen and held. This new season will bless not only you but others through you. Now be still, breathe, let this truth settle, and speak your belief in your own words. Not to inform me but to awaken yourself. Gratitude before seeing is true faith, and I have known every part of your journey, even the promises that once seemed unfulfilled, and I am still with you.